Alright guys, the true unboxing here. I'll just cut to the chase. I know you guys have been waiting long enough, so here we go. And again, did light research on this, so I will save a lot of the details for you. Show you guys what I'm working with here. Alright. Wow. It's an unassuming bag. It's not labeled in any way like the other one. TwinCitySeed.com. So this is where I picked up this guy. Another great source to get good quality seed. This one also has 0.00% weed seed, so good quality seed. And the reason why I went with this one is it offers something that the other one does not. There's a lot of technology that's been put into creating and developing these new seed cultivars, that this one does something that is very similar to what Kentucky bluegrass does, which is a capability of spreading. So this is actually rhizominous, so it creates these rhizomes that grow laterally underneath the dirt, and it's able to basically spread as Kentucky bluegrass does. Now, that was one of the things that, if you're looking at Turf Type Tall Fescue, you'll realize it's a bunching grass. So really one seed will create one plant, but it doesn't have that spreading effect like you'll see in Kentucky bluegrass. Now this will alleviate that because it does have that spreading capability. So my hope is, in doing this blend, that it will limit my need to do any type of fall overseeding. So that's also something that generally is done in Turf Type Tall Fescues, where you're having some thinning, some die-off, maybe some areas of your yard that just aren't quite performing well, and you'll overseed during the fall, as well as aerate and do some of those other different things. My hope is that if there's any areas that are struggling or thinned out, that this will spread and fill in over time. So that's my hope. And so that was the approach that I took. Again, I took one Turf Type Tall Fescue really just to get the 3 different strong performing cultivars in this area. And then I decided to go with a rhizominous variety of Turf Type Tall Fescue to really round out the mix. So 25 pounds of that, 25 pounds of this. I'm going to blend it together, and that's what I'm going to use in my yard. One of the things that I'm going to do, though, because again, this is just a renovation on my backyard, and if all goes well, I plan to do the exact same thing in my front yard next year. When I blend these two together, I really don't know what I'm getting, right? I think they're both perform well, but I'm kind of curious if one does perform better than the other. I've got something up my sleeve. I got some test plots that I purposely created. A portion of my front yard really was overrun with weeds. It's right along the side of the house, and I just created a little bit of a grid there where I'm going to have a test plot where 100% of it is going to be this rhizominous Turf Type Tall Fescue, and then I'm going to have another portion where it's just going to be the seedsuperstore.com Turf Type Tall Fescue variety that I got, and I'll just see how they perform throughout the year next year. And then potentially, depending on if one does better than the other, I might just do 100% of one variety for their front yard. Or if they do both perform well, I might just go ahead and do the same approach and blend them both together. But I'd be really curious to see how they perform solo. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for those test plots. And I think it's going to be a neat little project that we can both track, and, you know, we'll then know if one reigns supreme over the other. So stay tuned for that, guys. I appreciate you all watching. As you can see, my yard in the back is definitely approaching the point where we're ready for phase 2. Not quite there yet. I still need to, treat some areas that I missed. So again, using a dye would help with that. But I'll just give you guys a quick video of me mowing this down, trying to get some of that debris started to get out of the way. And then I'll do another application, some spot treatments to kill off some areas that, just clearly didn't get any coverage there. And we're one step closer.